Welcome to Employment Law This Week. I'm George Whipple. Some breaking news this week. The SEC has settled with Activision Blizzard for $35 million to resolve charges that it lacked adequate internal compliance controls and required employees to sign unlawful separation agreements. Epstein Becker Green's Greg Keating tells us why this settlement is big news for employers.
What was truly remarkable about this case is that they imposed a draconian $35 million penalty on the company for having inadequate controls over workplace misconduct reporting. The SEC took exception with the company's practice of requiring individuals to enter into separation agreements, which contained language that the individuals would notify the company in the event that they were contacted by or they had communications with a federal agency. The SEC's position, and this is something EBG has tracked, is that any type of attempt to restrict unfettered access to the SEC will violate Rule 21F, and they have in the past few years stepped up enforcement in that regard. But much more importantly, and far more monumental, this is the first time that the SEC has held an employer accountable and taken it to task for having what the SEC deemed to be inadequate compliance internal controls in order to ferret out and process workplace misconduct. As we've said before, but now with 35 million reasons to do so, employers today have to take heed and realize that it is critical to invest in compliance at this point in time. What this means in practical terms is three things, at least. One, take a hard look at your internal controls and make sure that there are multiple reporting channels that work. Number two, take a hard look at your investigation protocols and make sure you're prepared for every workplace misconduct complaint and that you track your investigations and your remedial action. And finally, number three, invest in training now. Show the SEC that you're taking compliance seriously, and you will be in a much better place.
Thanks, Greg, and thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.